Hello and good morning. This is the Silent Sports Video Blog, episode 15. And today's date is July 8th, 2017. Thank you for joining me. Of course, I'm Silent the Assassin, but my name is Troy West. I thank everybody who's been supporting me throughout the week with the channel. Crash Bandicoot, it's a trilogy that's doing real well right now. I've been playing that. I just got off there live a few minutes ago, but it's Saturday. Of course, Saturday morning I wanted to record the sports blog for you guys, as this is the 15th episode. Can't believe I already done 15. Really should be more. I did take a little break a few months ago, but I did a lot during the finals. I did about 2 blogs a week. Now I'm back down to 1. I might start doing 2 a week when football season come around. I'm not sure yet, because I know you got Thursday night football and everything. So, but I'll decide on that later date. But for now, I'll just be doing 1 a week, which will be most likely on Saturdays. Thank everybody for watching. This episode, I'm going to talk about NBA free agency. That's still going on. Gordon Hayward finally signed with the Celtics, which was expected by a lot, and some other dominoes have fell since then. I'll talk about that. The Summer League, that was real interesting yesterday. Of course, Lonzo Ball made his debut, and it was pumped up there. I'll talk about him. De'Aaron Fox and Josh Jackson also made their debuts last night in the NBA. As far as baseball, the All-STAR game is in a few days. Of course, this Tuesday is the All-STAR game. Home Run Derby is Monday night, so I'll probably be checking both of those out, and I'll talk about that. McGregor Mayweather, of course, I haven't really talked a lot about it since it was official. August 26th they will fight, but they go on tour, so I'll touch a little bit on that. And I will be trying to fit in some NFL throughout the summer, as training camp is just in a few weeks. I'm going to touch on the AFC East and NFC East today. Just a few thoughts on both divisions so far. Like I said, I'm going to have a big preview Thursday, September 7th, which of course that's when the season starts. So we're less than 2 months away now from the start of the regular season. Of course, preseason starts, I think, first week of August, of course, with the Hall of Fame game. Not sure who's playing in that game. I'll probably look that up, check it out, probably have it for you next week, or you could go check it out, look it up online. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Try not to be so long-winded. Like I said, I usually say this will be a short video, but it might have still been a half hour, so hopefully I'll be able to get through it pretty quickly. But like I said, NBA free agency still been going on. Of course, last week I had 3 people that I was looking forward to them either moving or was they going to stay, but all of them wound up staying. Well, except for Gordon Hayward, he did move on and sign with Boston. A lot of people have criticizing the Celtics for the move, you know, thinking they should have traded for Paul George or Jimmy Butler, but I think Boston's still going to be a pretty decent team. They did make a trade yesterday as they traded away Avery Bradley and got Marcus Morris from Detroit. I think they traded Bradley, and I think Boston got back a draft pick and Morris. I think that's how it went down, because Gordon Hayward's contract was pretty big, so they needed to make cap room. So that's why they left Avery. I like Avery Bradley. I think if I would have tried to keep him, but I guess Boston. But they've been in the summer league. Jason Tatum, he looks good so far, and Brown, the rookie. Well, he ain't a rookie now, but they drafted him last year. He looked good as well in the summer league anyway, even though summer league is a whole different ball of wax. Not a lot of competition. These guys just try to make roster spots, try to make, you know, go to the, well, now they call it the G League. So, but nevertheless, Boston, I think they try to get young, and I don't have no big problem with what they've been doing. I think they're still moving in the right direction. And the East is so bad, I think you got time to build and still be competitive at the same time. That's what Boston been doing. So, but we'll see. I mean, I wasn't surprised by Hayward going to Boston. I mean, it's old college coach Brad Stevens. He's there, and they got a young upcoming team. They was #1 in the East last year. Really, only team standing your way is Cleveland. Everybody else you pretty much don't know, you know. And a lot of teams took a step back, like Atlanta. Of course, the Knicks ain't really. They've been doing some things, but they ain't really gonna be a threat probably in the East. I like what Charlotte been doing, getting the Dwight Howard and the pieces they got around. They should be a playoff team next year, even though they didn't make it the year before, this past year. But mostly the East is pretty much mops. Miami, they look good. They signed back Deion Waiters, so. But the East is pretty much wide open, so I think Boston has. Really, they could go any route they want. They either try to win now or win later, but they're still going to be competitive in the Eastern Conference. So. Of course, the Summer League started, I think, early last week, but last night, Lonzo Ball made his debut, and I watched Summer League here and there throughout me watching basketball in the summer. I usually don't pay attention to Summer League that much unless it is a rookie that I want to see, because mostly high top rookies don't even play in the Summer League. But Ball, he's playing. And he didn't look good as far as his jump shot. I think he shot 2 of 15. He had 5 assists. I think like 3 steals. I think he had like 4 or 5 rebounds, something like that. But it's only the Summer League. It's only his first game. But it was just I just was surprised how pumped it was there. Like Lakers fans, that's the most enthusiastic they look probably in years. It was pumped in there. I mean, it was Ball. He made. I think on the opening tip, he threw an alley-oop to Brandon Ingram. He looks sharp too. Magic told him he had to sit down though, because I think they just said it was a cramp, but Magic was like, nah, man, we can't need you. You and him, you and Ball, our pieces of the future. So. We can't have y'all get hurt. So as soon as he got hurt, they went to overtime. They wound up losing by 3. I think they played the Clippers. And the Clippers sort of, I don't want to say they rebuilt it, but they made some moves. But they did sign back Blake Griffin. So, but doing well. They rookie from South Carolina. I like him. I think he's going to be a solid player in the NBA. So look out for him. But I just was so shocked how pumped it was. It felt like, I ain't gonna say it felt like a playoff game, but it felt like a regular season game. It was really pumped up in there. Like every time Ball touched the ball, the crowd went crazy. He shot like 11 threes. He missed all of them, I think, or made 1. But every time he touched the ball, the crowd was just going crazy. Any assist he got, anything he done, the crowd went nuts. So they really behind this kid. And he's back on tonight. They played Boston, so him and Jason Tatum face off. I'm definitely going to be checking out that later on tonight. So that's it for the NBA. Of course, like I said, everybody wound up staying. Kyle Lowry, he stayed with Toronto. I was wondering where, Millsap went to Denver. I think that was already seen that last week. Or it was probably, like, a lot of stuff happened. That Saturday I recorded. Like, a lot of stuff happened in that afternoon, that night. So, somebody else I wanted to see, but he stayed. Everybody wound up staying, So other than Hayward, I didn't want to wind up going back to where they were before. So we'll see. Like I said, days will get more interesting. The Summer League gonna be hot probably for the rest of the summer. I'll be checking it out. We'll move on to baseball now. Of course, the All-STAR game, as I mentioned, is a few days away. Of course, today and tomorrow, the last 2 days of the first half of the season. Really, like this year, it's been a lot of home runs hit, a lot of people with big numbers. So this year, I can't really say it's no big snubs, even though I think the Cubs don't have. I think that they don't have no stars. I can't believe they don't have no All-Stars at all. I think they don't have no starters in the National League. So that's been a big topic people been talking about. And as far as the American League, it's basically mostly Astros in the starting lineup, which they deserve it. They still got the best record in baseball. Of course, in the National League, the Dodgers, I think they don't got no starters either, or they should have had, or some of their guys got left up. I think Turner, I don't know if he got voted in for the last spot or not, but it was controversy over there wasn't a lot of Dodgers in the starting lineup. But anyway, the All-Star, like, as far as All-Stars, like, baseball got a good All-Star little weekend or festivities. I think the NBA crushes them all. Like, if I had to pick, like, I'm not really into hockey, but I would still probably pick hockey over the NFL. The NFL is definitely last because, and I don't blame them. Like, you can't have a exhibition football game, even though they had preseason games. But you can't have your stars wind up getting hurt in the All-Star game. So most of the guys don't even go, or they don't even play. So it's not that exciting. But the NBA definitely do it the best as far as All-Star with the dunk contest and three-point contest and all the festivities for the weekend. Baseball is second. Then I'd probably put hockey third, because just for the simple fact those guys, they do play. So the NFL, honestly, I wouldn't care if they just threw away with the Pro Bowl. When I was a kid, I used to like it because you see all your players. I think I would keep it for the children. Kids probably like the Pro Bowl more than adults do. But if they wind up pulling the Pro Bowl all together and just having a little festivity weekend or something for the players, I'd be down for that. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But I think a lot of the younger fans, they like seeing their players all together in one place. So, but of course, to the derby, the home run derby, Giancarlo Stanton, defending champion. Of course, the game is in Miami. I think he might win it again, but Aaron Judge is in it. Cody Bellinger is in it from the Dodgers. Actually, it's two Yankees and two Marlins. There's another Marlin in it. Bourne, he's in it. I think Gary Sanchez for the Yankees, he's in it. Charlie Blackmon for the Colorado Rockies, he's in it. I think there's a Diamondback in it. Should have wrote the list down, but it's going to be exciting. I'm definitely going to check that out Monday night. Right now, I think Giancarlo Stanton is going to win it, though. He's the 1 seed. I like how they did it with the seeds now. It's 1 against 8. It's like a bracket tournament type. It's not like you just hit the most and then take the top 4 and then go against a bracket. So, say if you beat somebody 2-1, you can still move on to the next round. And then if, say if you go last, once you hit your home run to win, almost like baseball, you can get a home run at the bottom of the ninth and go ahead. Of course, the game ends right there. You don't have to swing anymore. So I like it. It's a little bit more exciting putting guys against each other. So that should be exciting. As far as baseball period, not a lot of moves. Still the same teams, still rolling along. National League, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Rockies still in playoff position. Dodgers, of course, at first in the West. In the Central is the Brewers. I'm going to get back to them in a minute because I'm going to give them some love. They in first place in the Central. Cubs still right there. In the East, it's all Nationals still. They just won again last night. My Braves, like I said, I like my Braves, though. They had Freddie Freeman back. He hit a home run last night, even though they lost. But really like what the Braves are doing. In the American League, Houston still running away with the West. The Central still bunched up. Cleveland starting to get themselves together. Minnesota still right there. That's a team I need to give some love to too. Cause that's the team I was way wrong on coming into the season. I thought they was going to finish last. They right there. Kansas City, like I said, they've been playing a lot better. They right now, they passed the Twins, but the Twins still right there for a wild card spot. And in the East, Boston's starting to pull away in the East a little bit. Yankees right there, they 4 behind. Tampa Bay still hanging in there. The Orioles are playing terrible. I don't know why I got this hat on today, but they haven't been. It's been they pitching, man. Like, it's been the same problem for 20 years. They pitching. Like, they gave up another 9 runs yesterday. I think to Minnesota, 9 or 8 runs, 5. You know, they probably like they last 30 games. They probably gave up 5 runs, probably 29 or 28 of the 30 games. It's terrible. They haven't been pitching well at all. And like I said, I criticized them for just hitting home runs to get runs, but every team is doing that now. So, but hopefully they can get it back together. They actually, them and Toronto are tied for 4th place. Toronto is now 40 and 46. I think both the Orioles and the Blue Jays. I'm about to call them the Raptors. So, but I would have definitely talk about the Brewers a little bit. I got to watch them for myself because they just played the Orioles and swept them. So they look. I first I was like, well, the Cubs. I still think the Cubs would have catch them, but I gotta open my eyes. Like, they could hold them off. Like, I thought they was gonna be a sleeper team coming into the season because maybe I seen a couple of their players playing at WBC, and I was like, well, yeah, these some good players here, you know. And then Ryan Braun's still there, even though despite his little PED suspension, he's still a good player. And then Dames, I don't know if he's hurt. I was trying to look that up today because he didn't play in the last game against the Orioles, and he didn't play last night against the Yankees. I was able to watch that on the MLB Network. He wasn't in the lineup last night either, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he got hurt, but I couldn't find anything nowhere, so maybe he just got a couple of days off. But he's been a story for the Brewers as well, and their pitching been pretty steady, so look out for the Brewers. They could wind up winning this division. But they definitely a team I want to show some love to. I'll probably talk about the Twins again next week, because the Twins, even though they starting to fall off a little bit, they still have been impressing me. And that's where the Orioles at. They lost. They beat the Orioles last night. I think it was 9-4, so I think they scored 9 runs. I watched a little bit of that game. But I just wanted to show the Brewers some love, man, because they've been playing pretty well. And they hanging on to that central first place spot. Alright, move on to boxing. Well, people won't call this a boxing match, but Conor McGregor against Floyd Mayweather. Of course, the big announcement was made, say, about a month ago. Like I said, once I get some of my things straight, I gotta call my man Melvin. Like, I want to really talk to him about not just this, but about boxing in general. Have him on probably while I record. But me, personally, about the fight, like I said, I'm not a huge boxing expert or fan. I follow boxing. I really wasn't into boxing lately. Like the last 15 years, I've been off and on. When I was a teenager, of course, that's with the heavyweight division with Mike Tyson and Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. The guy that was from here that won, Hussein Rockman, he was the heavyweight champion for, 6 months. That's when I really was into boxing. But once the heavyweight division sort of tailed off, I started, became a casual fan. But Mayweather been, of course, dominating the sport for 20 years. Of course, he retired, but he came out of retirement just to fight McGregor. Of course, McGregor is an MMA fighter. So a lot of people give him no chance. Like, most people give him really much no chance at all. Some people don't even think he's going to touch Floyd. I mean, I'm the believer that, like, you could get hit with one punch and get knocked out. But I'm more leaning on towards no chance side than a chance. But I give him some type of chance, But Floyd, he is 40. But Floyd is very good defensive fighter, and he's fast. Like, he hits you with a combination to be already out of range to be pushed back. So, I mean, but it's an interesting fight. But like I said, everybody complaining and saying this and that, but everybody gonna buy the fight. If I had the money, I definitely would buy it. I mean, my financial situation ain't good right now, but if I had the money at the time, I'm gonna buy this fight. I want to watch. I really want to watch. And most people want to tune in because they really want to see Floyd lose. People hate Floyd, So I think that's the main reason why this is so big. And then Conor McGregor is a stuff talker. He talks a lot of crap. And they about to go on tour. I think they go to Los Angeles. I know it's Los Angeles, Toronto, and I think the last one to be in London. Like I said, this is gonna be a worldwide fight. McGregor is from Ireland, I believe, so it's going to be a big spectacle. Definitely going to be interesting, but I definitely got Floyd winning this fight, but I mean, you never know. That's why you watch boxing. Alright, I wanted to finish some NFL as well this week. I think every week I'm gonna take 2 divisions, probably East, West, North, and South. Probably do it that way. So this is my first week. The AFC East and the NFC East. Not gonna really get into deep like predictions yet, because I'm gonna have a big prediction show in the NFL the day of the start of the regular season. That's my plan. So I'm not gonna get into predictions really. Just want to touch on what's going on in both divisions. Of course, the AFC East, pretty much all New England. They made some big moves all year. Big talk a bit about how long Brady gonna play. Excuse me. Blah blah blah. But they clearly the head and shoulders above the division. The Jets, a lot of people, Jets still stay in the news. No one because they're in the New York market, but they definitely will rebuild the year. We'll see what they do. They let a lot of guys go. They getting younger. Wonder who will be starting at quarterback at the start of the season. All that to be determined. The offense, they confident. They had a good year yesterday. They made the playoffs, but no real news coming out of there that I've heard. And Buffalo, same. Not really nothing to report there. But I just want to touch on the East. Of course, the most 2 interested teams are the Jets and the Patriots. But Brady, I think he'll play at least another 2-3 years. I don't know if he's gonna make it to 45 or not, but I mean, I learned not to doubt Brady a long time ago, so I'm not gonna put it past him that he could play that long. But we'll see. But like I said, I'm not going to get into predictions. Just want to touch on things that's going on. And then the NFC, of course, Dallas is always the team to talk about there. And they got a lot of guys in some hot water. Dak Prescott, supposedly some type of autograph scam that he used the machine to sign people's stuff. It wasn't a autograph. And like I said, I'm the type of fan, like, I mean, I don't see it. I ain't gonna say it's not a big deal. It's a deal because you don't want to cheat nobody. But honestly, I just personally wouldn't care that much. But you can't cheat people, so see if what happened with him. Hopefully he avoids suspension or something. And they got guys, one guy, I should have wrote his name down, but he got locked up for assault with a deadly weapon, so he probably definitely gonna face a suspension. And like I said, Dallas got a lot of guys that either they're in trouble like that, or they on PEDs and get suspended for that. So, or using recreational drugs and getting positive tests. So, a lot of drama in Dallas. That's why I'm starting to get a feeling that they're gonna take a step back this year. Might still make the playoffs, but I'm not sure about the division. The division, everybody got better. Philadelphia got better. Giants gotten better. And the Redskins still are decent, even though I probably would, out of all the teams, I probably would say they probably would finish last. But like I said, I'm not going to get into predictions quite yet. And they got some issues with Kirk Cousins, whether they signed him to a long-term deal or not. So, and the Giants, of course, they made moves in the offseason, and they was good last year. They always talk about Odell this, Odell that. He didn't show up to OTAs, all this other crap. He gonna stay in the news. And Philadelphia, they just made some signings, in the offseason. So we'll see. But like I said, I just want to touch on it. So next week I'm gonna go west, so I do AFC West and NFC West, just to touch on a few things from each team in that division as well. So that's it for my NFL talk. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. I just want to say thanks again to everybody. Not really a lot to talk about. I guess I'll talk about my channel a little bit more. Like I said, I've been playing Crash Insane Trilogy. Been going live. I'm gonna go live again later on today, as I've been trying to get all the gems. I'm more than halfway there, so definitely check that out. Check out all my other projects on the channel. As far as sports, Wimbledon going on right now, if you're a tennis fan, so check that out. Venus, of course, I was happy for her yesterday because it came out that she wasn't at fault in the little accident that she was in that wound up someone dying. They reviewed the tape and say she was in the right. So I know that might be a little, make her feel a little bit better, but you can tell that she's really, it really bothered her that she was involved in it at all. So I think people need to lay back and leave her alone. I kind of root for, hopefully she wins, since Serena ain't there. Hopefully she wins Wimbledon. What else? Like I said, baseball, you know, a lot of baseball today. More summer league. Lonzo will be back on the court as they go against the Celtics. That's why I know that game gonna be pumped up. Jason Tatum for Boston, so check that out. Other than that, y'all, that's it. I don't got a lot more to say. Like I said, I come here every Saturday morning. Next week, like I said, I'll touch on some NFL. If it's more free agency, I'll touch on that. I'll touch on some baseball news, or if anything else come out between now and next week, I'll touch on that as well. So I want to say thanks as always. You can check out all the rest of my projects at Solid D Assassin on YouTube. Solid capital D Assassin. But my name is Troy West, and I want to say thank you all, and I'll talk to you guys next time. I'll see you guys later. I'll be on live with some more Crash, so check me out a little later on. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, enjoy your Saturday, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.